Hello and welcome to the She Reads Romance Books podcast, the ultimate show for romance book lovers looking for the best books worth reading. I'm your host, Leslie Murphy, and in each short episode, I share my favorite book list of recommendations so you know exactly what to add to your must-read list. Join me as I explore the romance genre and have fun collecting book boyfriends along the way, because life is better with a love story. Hello, readers! Christmas romance books are so much fun to binge read during the holidays, and what better way to binge Christmas romance books than with a Kindle Unlimited subscription? Kindle Unlimited is such a great bargain for romance book lovers, so if you don't have a subscription yet, then these amazing Christmas romance books available on Kindle Unlimited are going to convince you to get one. In this episode, I'm sharing my favorite Christmas romance books available on KU that you're going to want to instantly add to your library. I actually wrote an entire post on the blog that answers the question, is Kindle Unlimited worth it? And spoiler, it is. And in it, I share what you get in a Kindle Unlimited membership, which is a lot more than just access to unlimited romance books, and why it's so great for romance book readers. Honestly, I think us romance book readers are super lucky that so many popular indie authors have their works up on KU because it makes it such an affordable way to read a lot of books. With Kindle Unlimited, I can read all my favorite indie authors, check out new authors in a safe and affordable way, while then utilizing my public library to read all the romance books from traditionally published authors that I want to read. So that's my system for reading 150 books a year without breaking the bank. But on to today's episode, where I'm going to convince you that a Kindle Unlimited membership is worth it just to binge read these 5 amazing Christmas romance books. These are honestly the Christmas romance books that I will reread every holiday because I love them so much. Now, book 1 on my list goes out to The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart. Kate Stewart, gosh, I've said it before, I think, is one of my all-time favorite authors because her writing is fantastic and just keeps getting better and better with each book. I got to fangirl so hard recently when I went to meet her in person at an event she organized in North Carolina. I got to meet Kate, Joe Arden, and Maxine Mitchell, and so many other Kate Stewart fans and readers obsessed with her books, especially the Ravenhood series, and it was a blast. I guess I'm going to have to get my behind to more author events this coming year. And, shout out if any authors or organizers to the Sweetgrass author event in Charleston, South Carolina this spring are listening. I need a ticket, so let me know if you have one. I really want to go. But back to The Plight Before Christmas. This is a second chance romance with a bit of forced proximity action that had me laughing and crying and swooning all throughout the book. You're going to fall in love with Whitney Collins, the heroine of this Christmas romance. Whitney has had it rough the last month, but she's on her way to her grandparents' cabin to spend the Christmas holiday with her family. However, she did not plan on also spending it with her ex, whom her brother happens to bring along, because unbeknownst to him, that the two already knew each other. So now she's stuck with Eli, her ex, for the week, the man who broke her heart nearly 2 decades ago when they were in college. Whitney and Eli are an amazing couple to root for, but let me just say that the Collins family is wonderful. I think Stewart based them on her own family in some ways, if I remember. But either way, I really want to spend my next holiday with them because they're awesome. She made them so completely real, like they were my own family with similar struggles and a love that really runs deep. They were stars of this Kindle Unlimited Christmas romance all on their own. But gosh, how my heart went out to Whitney, who was just trying to protect her own heart from revisiting tough memories and getting hurt by Eli again in this story. But Stewart never fails to make me feel for her characters, and I totally felt for both of them. I have to say that I was impressed that Eli made the bold move to crash the Christmas of his ex. Not many would probably do that, I think. But when you get to that part about why Eli walked away when they were in college, gosh, the waterworks started. There are just so many little gems throughout this book that made it super special, with one big spoiler that has to do with the Ravenhood series, but I won't say anything more. You'll just have to read it for yourself if you want that little gem to find. So read The Plight Before Christmas by Kate Stewart. The next Christmas romance book that you absolutely have to read, and that is available in Kindle Unlimited, is A Very Bossy Christmas by Kaylee Loring. This book made Kaylee Loring a one-click author for me because I just loved the banter that she writes between her characters. She made me laugh so hard sometimes, and her steamy scenes are pretty awesome too. And there's some good ones in A Very Bossy Christmas. This is an office romance featuring a boss who essentially strong arms his assistant into fake dating him and being his plus one at 3 different family functions over the holidays in exchange for giving her Christmas Day off with her own family. It's also an enemies to lovers romance because Maddie cannot stand Declan. He's a lawyer and she's his new assistant, and their chemistry is off the charts. Fake dating books, I think, are just a blast to read in general, especially when done right, because you just see their connection while they're faking it for everyone else. And Loring does it perfectly in this one. Of course, the reason Declan needs Maddie as his fake girlfriend is understandable, but I loved how they just went all in, especially with the hate sex at the beginning. This is one of my favorite Christmas romance books with amazing banter and bickering, hilarious Irish-Italian family members, a cute niece who loves Declan's butt, and an alpha male with a hidden heart of gold. Be sure to check that one out and add it to your KU library. If you love it, actually, this book kicks off her Very Holiday series, which features a romance centered around other holidays like Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and Father's Day, which is a novella to read for more of Declan and me for this book. Book 3 that you definitely have to check out on Kindle Unlimited this holiday is Charming Coworker by Lauren Renaud and Janine Colette. I'm sorry, Lauren, if I just butchered your last name. This is part of their Falling for the Stars series, which I think is such a great idea for a series where they create the hero's personality around various zodiac signs. Super cute. And this Christmas romance is about a Sagittarius, aka Hunter. So Hunter and Katie are co-workers, hence the title. So it's also an office romance. Katie has been pining for her boss for the last 2 years, but she's decided that this is the year. She's going to make her move and nab him as the best Christmas present ever for herself. But her moves, unfortunately, fall flat, and she realizes that she has to step up her holiday vixen ways. And eager to help her is her coworker, Hunter. He offers her a fake relationship with the plan to gain her boss's attention with a bit of jealousy, having Hunter as her new boyfriend. But again, how fake relationships go in romance books, and this one's no different. Sure, there's that, typical trajectory for fake relationship stories where the line between fake and real starts to blur, but this book still felt really fresh and authentic to me. The authors, I thought, crafted the best characters. I really liked Katie. She wasn't portrayed as this sad or hopeless case, but was just really fun and an awesome woman who at least one man seemed to notice. And then there's Hunter, and as far as book boyfriends go, he's super tops. I seriously loved everything about this guy. And the best part about him, he was a man who noticed. He and Katie had become friends over the last 2 years working together, and he wasn't shy on showing her just how well he knew her, and I loved it. He seriously was this sexy, snarky guy on the outside with such a kind and thoughtful heart on the inside. The chemistry and connection between these two felt so real and authentic from the start, and you could tell that they had a real friendship built on mutual humor and witty puns, and their friendship had the perfect slow burn to something more. So yeah, read Charming Coworker because it's amazing and a Christmas romance I'd read year after year. Book 4 on my list is The Holidays by Brittany Cherry. This is a neighbors to lovers romance that I found to be super cute and surprisingly did not make me bawl my eyes out. So many other Brittany Cherry books. So our heroine, Holly, she's been unlucky in love, but I love her because she's not ready to give up on it, even after her fiance left her at the altar on Christmas Eve. I mean, gosh, ouch. So sorry, Holly, right? But she's putting herself out there with date after date, and each date takes place at this restaurant run by Kai, who is Mr. Grumpy for sure, and he gets totally exasperated watching Holly crash and burn time and time again on her dates, so he finally steps up to help her find a man. But don't be fooled, his altruism is purely based on his desire to get her out of his restaurant. If you love relationship coach books, as I call them, like me, then you'll really love this one. Kai is her reluctant relationship coach, but he helps her confidence. And he soon finds himself jealous of all these guys who get to spend time with her, even though he's, guarding his heart a past breakup. This is such a great holiday rom-com that starts kind of as enemies to lovers and then moves to friends to lovers in really the best way. So check it out this holiday on Kindle Unlimited. The last book on my list is another must read for the holidays because I seriously loved it. And I keep saying that, but I love all these books, but I really loved this one. It's a Christmas novella, so there's no excuse not to fit it in this holiday season. And trust me, you'll thank me for it. This book is Santa Baby Maybe by S. Doyle. I mean, I read this book, I want to say 3 years ago when it first came out, but I can still conjure up the connection I felt and the chemistry between Joy and WB. Joy is the head ornament designer at the Christmas decoration company Kane & Co. And as an artist, it's her dream job, but unfortunately, it means also having to work with the uptight CFO, WB Darling. He completely rubs her the wrong way and is even going on blind dates to find a wife, but they end up hanging out together and they end up kissing, and gosh, it was perfection. I adored this office romance, which is technically a novella, but it really felt like a complete novel to me and left me, really satisfied with the story. You can sense that Joy and WB are total opposites, and yet they completely work. I loved how WB sort of holds himself to such high standards, which makes him come across sort of as uptight and aloof, but he's really just this guy looking for love. And Joy is a sweetheart, not a pushover, who can stand up to WB and yet also see that there's so much more to this man. This book has a great storyline, perfect character development, and a love story that will truly tug on your heartstrings. Santa Maybe Baby by S. Doyle. It's actually the second book in the Kane Co. series of Christmas novellas, but it can be read as a standalone, but I highly recommend reading the entire 3-book series. So there you have it, readers, the best Christmas romance books on Kindle Unlimited that I hope you check out this holiday season. If you don't have a Kindle Unlimited subscription, you can sign up for a free trial to see if it's right for you. In this time of year, there are always great deals on a paid subscription. So check out my post on Black Friday deals for readers on the blog, because that's where you'll find this year's deal where you can sign up and get 3 months for the price of one. So definitely worth it. Happy reading all. That's all for this episode of the She Reads Romance Books podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and found some new books to add to your TBR list. If you did, please subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast app. It really helps me reach more romance book lovers like you, and I appreciate your support. If you're a book boyfriend collector like me, then you'll want to join my email list so you never miss a podcast episode or a new book list. Just visit shereadsromancebooks.com/join and sign up today. As a thank you, I'll instantly send you my list of top 10 book boyfriends that will make you swoon. Trust me, you don't want to miss this list. Thank you for listening, and until next time, happy reading.